of all, back with the Smothers Brothers and Rita Moreno, not Marino.
That's right. But you always know that.
Yes, but do people always call you Rita Moreno?
No, I'll tell you something. Ever since people like yourself on national television started to call me by my rightful name, which is Moreno, it's changed. It really has. And I know a lot of people say, what's the difference? But would you like to be called Joan Rivers?
No.
No.
But then the city should be Reno, Nevada. If you're Rita Moreno, then we should all go to Reno to gamble.
That's not a Spanish name.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
How about Los Angeles?
Shut up.
Los Angeles.
Shut up. This is my spot. You did your awful song, you two. Now, first of all, I don't want to forget Browns.
Browns, July
14th in the Catskills.
Yes.
But there's something I got to quickly tell you about. Have you ever been on the Orient Express?
Never.
Are you planning? You should. And you got to take this because you dress up for dinner. We're taking the Orient Express in 2 weeks from London to Venice.
Who is we?
They have flocked wallpaper. My husband, my daughter, and I.
Oh.
But it's like they have flocked wallpaper on the walls. They have crystal sconces. You get dressed for dinner. They have butlers and valets and stuff.
So, but you have a very romantic marriage.
That's true.
You do. And you're married 19 years.
But before you do that, I've got to give you a present from someone.
Okay, and then we'll go back to your marriage.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
right.
Bo Derek wanted me to,
Wasn't she disappointed? That's, we got to be friends. She's very nice, Bo, and better looking than I thought she'd be. That's great looking girl.
She is one of the most beautiful looking women I've ever seen in my life.
She's what, as a child, you would think you were going to be when you grew up.
Don't you want to kind of put out a contract on her body?
Oh, the body and everything didn't move, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
It was firm.
Really?
Oh, you know, I'd go to sleep, it was like a piece of Jell-O getting into bed. I mean, you know, you have to keep pulling parts of you into the bed.
Yeah.
Who did you want to be? If I were a child now, I'd like to be Bo Derek when I grew up. Who would you like to be? Who did you want to be when you were a child?
Who did I want to be? I wanted to be Lana Turner.
Ooh.
Boy, was I in for a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know where,
it
too.
was little Puerto Rican.
No offense.
Oh, huh?
Well, you're not, you know.
I don't care, though.
Sure.
So shut up.
Did you nurse?
Oh, did I nurse? I gotta tell you something. When
Did your child lose weight?
Wait a minute, no.
The only person I've ever seen smaller than me.
Listen. But no, when you got pregnant, didn't you get huge? I did.
Nothing. It went in.
I turned into a condominium. I was one of those dainty little women who turned into an airport by the time I was 5 months pregnant. I was so thrilled with my bosom, and it really grew that we took pictures.
Oh.
We took those kind of pictures. Remember the lingerie ads where the girl would be like this?
Yes, yes.
And I thought, in case I get terribly famous, no one should have these negatives and know who it is. So we took a lot of these and showed I love it. It was wonderful. I loved it. I wish they were a little more substantial.
But you got married, and you've got a very romantic husband who obviously is like a leg man or something, you know. She's got great legs. Or just man, yes. My husband, Edgar, thank God, likes wrists.
We all find our own, isn't it true?
Nice lobes.
A lobe man.
How do you... Did you think it was going to work? Because there were two mothers that must have been thrilled. You're Puerto Rican and he's Jewish. So
yeah, right.
Both families must have really been glad they were both marrying out. Who ended up more... Did you end up more Jewish, or did he end up more Puerto Rican?
I call myself an honorary Jewette, because I've had Jewish friends since I was a little girl, and there's something about the Jewish people that I've always been attracted to. But what happens is when they come over for dinner, like at Christmas time, I'll have the whole family over to the Puerto Rican side and the Jewish side, and that's fun. It's fun to watch them because I have 2 different meals. It's all on the table. Yeah. I'll make a dish called ropa vieja, which means old clothes, and it's wonderful shredded beef in a stew. It's delicious. And rice and the black beans. And then I'll make like a pot roast and knishes and stuff like homemade.
You make knishes?
I'm a good cook. But the best part is to watch their faces, because the Jewish side of the family kind of pretends the beans aren't there. I mean, they don't even want to look at the black beans. Right away, they think gas.
Right. And we should know.
We should know. Gas and guilt, G&G. And then the Puerto Rican side of the family looks at the, very sweetly, we'll put some of the food on the plate, and the first thing you hear is, can I have some pepper? Because it's considered bland food. But they're nice to each other, and that's how we spend Christmas.
Which is very sweet.
Yeah.
But you have a good marriage, and
it's terrific.
Everybody obviously gets along.
We just celebrated our 19th anniversary.
That's it. Let me ask you a question. If your marriage broke up,
yeah,
who would you have an affair with? Man, come on, you must have a couple of thoughts every now and again.
Well, I've always had the notion that Robert Redford is a terrific kisser.
Yeah.
I'll settle for kissing.
Sure.
I mean, I think kissing is an art, don't you?
I can't remember.
Oh, come on. Do you and Edgar ever kiss?
Never.
Come on. Do you hug?
No.
Oh, my dear.
Every once in a while, he says, okay, you look good, and that's it. I mean, we're very affectionate with each other.
Yeah, poor hag.
Yeah, I know. What can you do? If I had an affair, kissing-wise, so it's funny, because you look at men, you think, who'd be a good kisser?
Yeah. Who do you think?
Well, I would never kiss Mick Jagger. No, I think he just swallow your face. I mean...
Listen, did you see Lord Greystoke? There's two sides to every question. Remember when he went for her face? How sexy that was?
In Tarzan?
Don't you remember the scene?
That.
You didn't see it?
Edgar didn't let me
When he
look.
goes into her bedroom, did you all see Greystoke? Remember?
What happened? What happened?
Woo!
He made those animal
He
sounds.
made animal
stupid.
sounds.
You found that sexy?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
no,
you're
no.
a very sick woman.
Shut up, Joan. Where's that tape? Where's the tape?
What is
what
find
I'm getting
sexy?
at? I'll tell you. What he did was he got into bed with her, and it was the first woman in his life, okay?
Yes.
And he started to take these incredibly gentle bites.
Excuse me.
Out of her face.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes, all right. I remember that part of the movie. You've forgotten.
You remember? Now you remember.
But you've forgotten what came right before that if you saw Tarzan.
What?
He had lived with apes. You saw the movie, am I right? And he jumped on the bed and went, am I right?
No,
He
did not do that.
No,
Any
it was
man that
very
goes,
gentle, but they were
gentle? The man was jumping on the bed like an idiot, like an ass. And then he's gonna, you
It's
call
a
the
question.
ASPCA.
No.
You call that sexy?
I call what he did to her very sick. That's the most erotic thing I've seen since that scene that Jane Fonda did with John Voight in Coming Home.
Yeah, that was a beautiful.
You really go.
Oh, my
For a
beads.
happily married woman, you certainly are busy with
Damn right.
pornography.
Damn right. Why do you think we're so happy?
Let me ask you, because do you think your husband has ever cheated? Just
No.
curious.
No. And you think I would tell you the truth?
Yes. Women talk about these things now.
On television?
Oh, so television.
I love that.
Couple of people. How do you know they're
Do you
watching
think Edgar has cheated on you? Has Edgar cheated on you?
Yesterday he came home and he said, "I'm just dusting the maid's breasts." I believe him. We'll be right back at the Spanish Roscoe.